Hi everyone, it's Hannah, and I have painted nearly 2,000 murals, and I mess up a lot, and today I messed up. I showed up at work and I do not have my projector. And I have a really simple image that I want to get on the wall, but I don't have a projector to use, and I live a half hour away. So when I mess up, I try to turn it into a learning moment. So let's turn this into a learning moment. I need to paint this huge mural. I also clearly don't have a tripod with me because I'm holding my phone. But I'm going to teach you guys how I'm going to paint this big wall. I need to get an image of this lettering on there, and I think I'm gonna use the doodle grid or the tape grid. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm gonna walk you through it with me just to show you, like, when you don't have a projector, what you can do to get your image up on the wall. Because sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not. So follow along. All right, I have decided I'm going to use the tape grid for this. It makes the most sense because if I doodle on this white wall, then I'm gonna have chalk and stuff left over, and I don't like that because then I have to clean it up. So the tape grid method is great because it lets you keep the wall clean. It's super easy to remove the tape, and I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. So this is how you do the tape grid. You just put a piece of tape on the wall. I leave it hanging off a little bit because it makes it easier to remove it all. You put a bunch of pieces all around. It kind of helps if they're a bit different in shape. These ones I kind of did too much similar. And then you put a whole bunch, and as I step back, you can see the whole area that I want painted is covered in little pieces of tape. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture of this wall straight on and then put it into Procreate. Let me show you how I do it. All right, so here I have my image in Procreate. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert a photo. I took this photo of the wall with all of the chalk on it, or sorry, not the chalk, the tape on it. And so I'm gonna place it behind the image that I want to draw. So I put these two pieces for reference just to show, like, I don't wanna go any wider than that. And then all these dots of tape are where it's gonna go. So then what I can do is I select my image, and I do it about how big I'd like it on the wall. So I think this is the ground. I wanted it to be a few feet off. I could probably go a little bit larger. I like to do stuff really big. So I would say right about there feels good to me. And then what I do is on the group, I will merge all of the layers and then lower the opacity. So I want to be able to see my image, but I still want to be able to see the wall. So what happens is now I have the drawing on top of the wall with all these pieces of tape everywhere. So these tape now are going to be reference for me, and also the bricks. The nice thing is the bricks also work as a reference for when I'm drawing it out. So I'm going to screenshot this, and then I'll use that while I'm drawing. So now I'm drawing the lettering on the wall. I'm using a piece of like green chalk because I don't think it'll mix with the paint too much, and it's easy to wipe off when I mess up. So what I do is I just look at the image, the screenshotted image that I have, and I can see, like, okay, the inside of the bee, it comes about here, and I can use even these dark holes in the picture I can use as reference, and then I just follow both the lines of the blocks and also the tape to help me. And I really try not to think about like what I'm drawing. I'm just drawing lines. That helps a lot. Don't overthink, because sometimes you have an image in your head of what things look like and it's not correct. So just follow what you see on that screenshot. So as I'm drawing, it's really great because I can use this chalk to see, like, okay, the E comes right above this piece. But since the wall has texture, things like this in the image actually become reference points too. So I see the bottom of the E, it comes right up to this like middle line. So everything, every little texture and anything that's a mark on the wall helps me when drawing to make it even more precise. The tape grid is great for getting like something on the wall, but often it's not like perfect. It gives you like a rough guide for it, which is great. So spots like this are really great because this piece of tape hits right in this end. And then I've marked off the other spots where this line goes. You know, I kind of go, it hits right here next to the tape, comes kind of mid-brick down here, and then it's right here, it comes up right above this mark in the wall. So then I can use that to draw my line with all those reference points. It's a super useful way. And then after it's all done, I can check it. And like I said, it's not perfect, but for kind of big groovy lettering like this, I think it works really well. And it's better than driving home to get my projector. All right, I have it all drawn out now. The lettering's up there. It has that light green chalk, so I'm gonna paint it in. I'm going to use one of my favorite paintbrushes, which is this guy. He's pretty old now, which is good because it's kind of stiff, which will work really well on this like bumpy wall. So here we go. And here we are. The lettering looks pretty sharp. That's the first coat. And now I'm gonna do the orange paint around it. All right, and here we are. We got the lettering done and that first coat. You see I've been taking off the tape as I move along. I'm still gonna draw out the outside layers. I actually changed the colors because that's what I do. But yeah, it's coming along. And here we are. This is the end of the day. It's all done. Painted the whole thing. Got all my little pieces of tape here that I pulled off of the wall, but I think it looks pretty rad. All right, so I just showed up. It is the morning of day 2. I finished the mural last night, except for some little details, but overall I think it turned out really good. It was a good method. I'm kind of glad I got to share it with you guys. And like I said, the tape method is not perfect. It's not great for tiny detail work. It was great for this like big groovy lettering because, you know, it had a little bit of wiggle room. A projector is easier, but often you're not able to use a projector. You know, sometimes you don't have an electrical outlet or it doesn't get dark enough. Sometimes there's like a street light in the way that can't be turned off. So there's a lot of different times. I like to know 10 different ways to get my work on the wall because I never know which one's gonna work the best. So just, it's good to have all of these, you know, in your back pocket so that if like yesterday you forget something or it just doesn't work out, you have a bunch of different ways. I have a new one that I created. It's called the bad drawing method. I came up with it about a year ago. I'm gonna share that one. That's my personal favorite because of all of these methods. It actually makes me, like teaches me how to be a better drawer. And that is really helpful. So in the future, maybe I don't need a projector. I can just draw it myself. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love giving away free advice to everyone. And I can keep giving it away as long as you guys subscribe and comment and do all the fun stuff because I want to keep making all these videos for you guys. So it's Hannah's Murals. Check me out on Instagram as well. I post a lot on there. And yeah, there's more to come. I'm doing a bunch more murals today. All right, thanks guys.